Real Talk disclaimer. The information provided by the host on this platform is for education and awareness purposes only. All information provided on this platform is provided in good faith. We make no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, validity, and reliability of information shared by the host or show guests. The views and opinions of guests on the show do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the host of Real Talk. Under no circumstances do the host, show guests, sponsors, or affiliates assume responsibility for the actions of any viewer.
Our greatest glory is rising when we fall. So don't be discouraged, don't you be appalled. It's okay if you fall and maybe even lose your spark. Just make sure in the end you rise from the dark. It's time to rise up, time to work, and time to chase your dreams. The Lord has the final say, so your soul is redeemed. This message is to help you with your self-esteem, as faith will take you places that we have never seen.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Glad to have you on today. Welcome to Real Talk. Welcome to Real Talk. You are in the right place. Looks a little different tonight because our host, Pastor Z, is not with us tonight. So we want you to be praying for him. He's a tad bit under the weather. I don't know if he would want me to say that, but we do want to pray for him tonight. He's a tad bit under the weather. So our prayers do go out to him that he can feel better and feel better soon. But nevertheless, Real Talk is here tonight. And we do have our spirituality person.
Hello.
Mara Tom is here with us tonight. Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
Sharing with us tonight. Remember, there are a number of ways that you can view Real Talk. We are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, and we are on Twitter. We have a Twitter account and want you to please go and subscribe there. You can find us on Twitter. There you see how you can do that on the screen. We're there. Real Talk with Z and T at R Talk with Z and T. So that's how you can find us on Twitter. Tonight, you can find us on YouTube. You can either see that being viewed either on Real Talk's page, Pastor Z, Andre Huss page, or my page. So there are a number of ways that you can view us on tonight. And please subscribe if you have not done that on either one of those platforms. Please do it. And you don't have to just choose one platform to follow us on or subscribe to. You can do that on either of those platforms. We're getting some feedback now, and I don't know where it's coming from, but maybe it will clear up. So, hello, and I will go as far as the names that I can see. So hello, Shannon Wyatt, Chef Terry, Katrina Davis. Hello to you all. Come on, let us know that you're on with us tonight. How you doing tonight, Miss Tom Tom, Miss Tamara? How you doing?
Okay.
It, okay, she'll be back with us.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. I didn't know if that feedback was coming from my end,
It
but
must have been because whatever you did, you went out, you came back in, so you're back.
okay, good deal. Good deal.
Okay.
All right. So what we got a lot of tea, a lot of tea. I know I missed last week due to work obligations, but we got a lot of good information.
Got a lot of good information to share with us tonight.
A lot of
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to it. How's your day going today?
been pretty good. Just busy.
Busy? Well,
Yeah.
it's the beginning of the year. So at the beginning of the year, things do seem to kind of feel like they're moving along.
Right.
They're
Right.
moving along very, 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 very swiftly.
Right.
Hello. I call him Deacon Huff. How are you, Deacon Huff? All right, good to have him on. He's saying good evening tonight. Glad to have you, Dyrus Payne and Greg Wilson. Glad to have you on tonight. We've got different ones coming on. Listen, like and share. You want to like and share. You want to like and share. Hello, Mr. Rigby. Glad to have you on tonight. Ryland Rigby. Glad to have you with us tonight.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah, it's latest night tonight. Latest night.
That's right.
We praying for our brother, but it's latest night tonight.
That's right.
Let me hush before he be done cut me off. But nevertheless, glad to have all of you tuning in with us tonight. And again, sure, do that, Chef Terry. Again, you can find us on YouTube, you can find us on Twitter, and you can find us on Facebook. And if you haven't subscribed or followed us on either of those platforms, please go and do so. Please go and do so. We would greatly appreciate that. We would greatly appreciate that. Now, our Spill the Tea person is here in somewhat of a different capacity tonight. So we just gonna kind of roll with it and let it go as it comes. She said there's a lot going on in the news today. There's a lot going on in the news today. And I think it would be appropriate for us to start with Damar Hamlin. I think it would be appropriate. We all know what happened. So if you want to jump in, we know what happened with him earlier. What was it? Monday.
Yeah.
Handsome young man as well. Handsome young man. We know what happened with him while in the midst of this football game and what had taken place. Come on, share with us what you'd like to share with us. I think that may have been one of your hot topics.
It is. Well, it's good news. They're saying that he is improving. He regained consciousness after 3 days of after he was injured on the field. So that's a good sign. It's a good sign. They said that the first thing that he asked was who won the game. He wanted to know.
True football player.
Football player who won the game. So the doctors told him he won the game of life.
To God be the glory.
To God be the glory.
Yeah, so many people were praying for him,
yes,
and interceding on his behalf. It was something to see. And even I didn't see it when it happened. I was watching the game and had walked away and came back to the game and found it taking place. But even then, it was a very emotional time, and it really touched the hearts of millions of people, the football players just overtaken. And I don't know how many sports commentators have been on since then that said they knew when they saw it when they saw it happening, it was not like what had gone on before, the things that they had seen before.
Right. It was really bad. And I guess right at that time, at that, with his heart, and the hit caused him to go into cardiac.
Cardiac arrest.
Mhm. So
Well, here's the thing that I think as a result, it was already in the media, it was already being discussed and conversated about the safety or how dangerous the sport is. It is a very high impact sport.
right.
And there was already discussion of just a couple of weeks ago, couple of months ago, talking about the concussions, how serious the concussions are. I think it was with the player tour. That was the discussion.
Right.
And so as you can see, even with the pictures that are coming up, this is like just stunning. It's like,
It is.
wow, what's going on? So it has opened the conversation even more so to the safety of the sport. And not only the safety of the sport, the compensation of the sport. We know there's been a lot of discussion around that, and just how safe the sport is. And they're changing the rules constantly. So
well, they definitely need to change the rules, and they definitely need to come up with a compensation plan for these young guys, because what's going on with him, they're saying that he's not vested. So if he doesn't play another game, he won't get paid.
Right. And I think we kind of heard the same. One of the sports commentators who was I can't remember his name now. I think we both kind of saw the same interview. But he was saying that, just like you said, he's not vested. And he went on to give this young man salary, what, $800 and something thousand a year, $100 and something thousand a game.
Right.
So here he is at this point to where we don't know, he doesn't know what his future looks like with the sport.
Right.
Then he brought up the possibility of filing disability and all the red tape with that as it relates to the NFL, how he could, even if he were to have to go on disability, he's looking at probably $4,000 or $5,000 a month. So it is definitely, you would think that because the sport does have the impact, the physical impact and contact between players, that there would be some type of compensation or plan for compensation for things just like this. I would think that they wouldn't have to wait to get vested for such a high impact sport.
Right. Yeah, they need to change that. I mean, even, I would think, I know that they want to play and they want to get a deal, but you got to think about those things, injuries. Can something be put in place that, if I get injured and can't play another game, what's in it for me and my family? So I think that's I suspect that we're going to see a lot more. There are going to be some changes. Like you said, there have already been talks about the situation with the concussion and stuff. So I'm suspecting that we'll see some changes going on in the NFL and possibly in all sports, really, but definitely the NFL.
Yeah. Hopefully that we'll see, I don't know how much has to happen or how serious it has to be for there to be some changes. I don't know how many more changes they can make on the field. After a while, it won't be any contact at all.
Right.
But we do know there should be some changes that can be made off the field as it relates to incidents like this. Now, I know that Skip Bayless, do you have that? Okay. No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant.
Right.
This tweet sparked major controversy. It sparked major controversy. And we know that Skip and Shannon Sharp, they go at it all the time.
All the time.
Anyway, and it was nothing any different. However, when I look at the tweet, I'm not coming to defense for
Skip.
However, I do think that when he says that it was misinterpreted, when I read it and listened to it again, now the first time I saw it, I was like, he has lost his mind. After 3 or 4 times of me reading it and hearing it, if we can put that up again, and then I can, where he says, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. I think it was how he used it with the rest of the tweet that made it seem like he's saying, oh, the game is so that now it's irrelevant. You know, like he was putting more emphasis on the side of the football game,
right,
than on the side of this young man.
Right.
What do you really think? What's your feelings?
Well,
on that?
Well, same thing. Like, did he just really say that? I didn't actually watch the game, but a lot of people was tweeting and on Facebook saying, "Why don't they stop this game? Why don't they stop this game?" I didn't agree with the tweet. What you're saying, Bishop T? Like I took it as he thought that it was just, why stop the game? It's irrelevant, So.
I can see very well how the negativity came, or why people were upset. I just think it was. I think he put too much in the same tweet.
He did.
If he did, the way his tweet started, and then to put that comment on the end, it was like his emphasis and more concern was on the football game and not this young man's health. So I get it.
Yeah.
I think that he has some explaining to do, because, and even when even with him and Sharp, whenever the interview was, I think that his explaining is not gonna really justify or whatever, because it's just like you put this on the end and it really made it seem like you were saying,
right, exactly,
it's irrelevant now. Right. But I really believe what he was trying to say is it is irrelevant now, but the way the first part of the tweet went made it seem like that sentence is negative instead of having a positive.
Right. I have a lot of times these sports casters or whatever, sports news reporters or whatever, they say things and they put it out there and then they apologize, when they get heat. We see a lot of that. You've put it out there already.
Yeah.
Damage already been done. Sometimes the old saying, a drunken mind speaks sober thoughts. No, he wasn't drunk, but that was the first thing that he, that came out. So I just had a whole problem with it. I did miss the interview when, because I think Shannon missed he missed the show and came back or something like that. But I've been at work and hadn't been able to see when he actually came back and what their conversation was.
Well, if you're on tonight and you're watching, kind of let us know how you feel and comment about uh about Skip's comment. Now I did hear one commentator that made the same. Actually, I didn't think about it until I heard this commentator talking about it. And he was saying yeah, and Skip is always out there the majority of the time. He's out there the majority of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But however, it I can see both sides of what this commentator was saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like tomato, but he just really used it in a very not positive way,
Right.
especially with the first two sentences.
Right.
The,
Right.
yeah, and I think the fact that Skip said that he stood by the text, the tweet, I think that really he's standing by it. He's not offering an apology. I think that's why he really needs to explain
Yeah.
where he was
Right.
Sharp wanted him to take it down. Shannon Sharp wanted him to take it down, and he refused to take it down. So we do have Chef Terry has his angry face up. There are, so I know several people who are tuned in to Shannon and Skip will have an opinion about that.
Right. It was definitely hard to watch, though. I mean,
yeah, it was.
For social, I was like, I cannot watch that. Even like when Tua.
Right.
And so they had neurologists coming back saying how his hands were when he went down, like that's a sign of, like
neurology.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
neurological.
Right. Just very scary. So
yeah.
And then
it's a high impact sport. I mean, impact sport. And I have a couple of 2 or 3 nephews that play football, and immediately I was like, wow, you just really. So I have a nephew who played football, and he was playing, I think he was like pee-wee ball or maybe middle school. He got a concussion and he walked away from it. When I say he walked away from it, he had to go through his series of checkups and doctor's appointments and everything, and he made a decision to come away from football and go to track. So,
yeah,
that's kind of what that is.
Right. So, my youngest son, he played basketball all through high school and college. His last year in high school, his senior year, he got a concussion, and it was bad. It was like, and as I can only imagine what Damar Hamlin mom was like. Him just laying there, and then you've got the the ambulance people coming out. But for me in the stands, seeing him, he was going up, and he in high school he was a dunker, and I used to always tell him, you got to be careful because he's thin. You going up, and the guy hit his leg, so he went back and hit the back of his head. So I'm like, and but it's very scary. But he had those symptoms, I know, for at least 2 years, symptoms of the concussion. So it's dangerous. Sports dangerous.
There are those that are dangerous, but you already know with football, you got to tackle them to keep it from getting. Yeah, you got to tackle them. The ultimate goal is to knock them down.
Right.
And so, but we definitely stand with the majority of people in hopes and prayer, with hope and prayer that Damar will recover, and that he will recover well, and if his heart's desire to return to the sport, that he's able to do that. Ending that on a good note, though, the world has responded to his toy drive for children with over $7 million is the last figure that I heard today.
Awesome.
So
That's
We're
good.
praying for the young man, and we thank God that he's pulling him through. And we're just gonna call him healed tonight
That's
and
right.
believe God that if it is his desire to return to the sport, that he can turn back 100% recovered with
Mhm.
no physical or emotional
Right.
um, residue
Mhm.
from having gone through such. I don't know if his mom and his family were wanting to, but
Ooh,
we pray that physically, mentally, he's able to, if that is his heart desire.
oh yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
yeah. So I wanna touch on something. I don't know if really it's one of your topics,
Mhm.
but something else that's kind of hot and heavy as it relates to politics. We know
Mhm.
that this is the beginning of the year, and we know that the Democrats lost control of the House. They
Right.
lost control of the House. Republicans have control of the House. And with Republicans having control of the House, it is time to pick a Speaker
Mhm.
of the House.
Right. Still.
And the last count that I had was it was the ninth vote,
Mhm.
and they still don't have a Speaker of the House. We know that McCarthy is was projected to be Speaker of the House, but in 9 votes, it has not happened.
It has not.
Very unprecedented situation that we have before us. What do you think?
You know, it's okay. I'm gonna go all the way back until it's like things are happening that you never think would happen. I'm gonna go all the way back to President Trump when he was running. Like, is he for real? Is this a joke? It was for real. But the things that he was saying, the things that were being done has never been done before. When you think president, that's presidential, you high up here, but Lord and mercy, so it doesn't really surprise me. It's like things are happening that's never happened before. Like it's out of order to me. Like and nobody can I guess what I want to say. It's like nobody's getting along, period. And it's and ultimately, it's affecting us. It's affecting everything. But, you know,
Yeah.
I just
Hopefully they'll get it. They will. Well, really, Democrats don't really have anything to do, but kind of do what they're doing.
right.
But hopefully, they'll get it straight because it's holding up swearing in those new members to the House and just getting started with business. So hopefully, they'll come with. They'll get something going
Oh,
one way or another.
I know it will.
What you looking at this week? What you thinking?
Well, uh, did you hear about Chick-fil-A?
No, I don't hear about Chick-fil-A. You are I let me tell you this. Because I don't want people to start sending me crazy emails either.
Mhm.
I am just not that fond of Chick-fil-A. I
Really?
eat Chick-fil-A, but it's not like, oh, Chick-fil-A.
No, the best service. They're
Let
so
me
courteous.
well, hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. When you say the best service,
Yes. Go to
I
McDonald's.
don't always no, I visit them.
Okay.
I eat at Chick-fil-A. I'm just
Mhm.
not fond of Chick-fil-A to say I just want Chick-fil-A. Oh, Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A.
Gotcha.
But I like their fries. So
Oh,
okay, and I like their macaroni and cheese, but it's not like I got to have Chick-fil-A
oh,
like some of you all. I
okay.
have a friend in Anniston,
Mhm.
Pastor Leonard. He feels like he can preach around Chick-fil-A, uh train his
Yeah.
leaders around Chick-fil-A because of the service. Here's my issue with the service. Is it genuine or is it in the script?
Well,
That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Because you can be saying it's my pleasure and your attitude be
Right.
messed up.
Right. But you know what though? It's probably in the script. And I think it should be. All restaurants should be that way, but they do it with a smile.
Regardless to how you give me my money back, or it's my pleasure.
You know
But
what?
you're right, because at Publix, it's in the script
Mhm.
to ask, "Can I help you out, or would you like for me to help you out?"
Mhm, mhm,
Pamela Smith says it's in the script.
mhm.
It's in the script.
And that's good, and it should be. But the food is always fresh.
No.
What?
No.
Chick-fil-A is going to.
No.
I've never had. I ain't gonna.
I have sat in line at Chick-fil-A. I just won't say well. Let me put it that way. And I have sat there for 15, 20 minutes when I get my fries. My fries are cold.
Really? Well, you should have sent them back. But I've never had that.
After I sat in line 20 minutes, I ain't going back to tell nobody nothing.
Well, Chick-fil-A, the company, they have different franchises, right? So it was one up in North Carolina. The guy supposedly started like a volunteer program, like with the teens, but he wasn't paying them. Like he would let them get free food.
Okay.
That's bad. That make the company look bad. But he actually got fined over like $6,000.
Well, let me ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Was it his friend? Was he the owner of that franchise?
Yes, he was. It was in Hendersonville, North Carolina. The owner, yeah.
So, is it something that I'm missing? Because if it was a training program or a volunteer program,
it was a program that was not supported by Chick-fil-A, the corporation.
So he went against the guidelines of, even though it was his franchise, he went against the guidelines, their guidelines that they still have to operate within.
Exactly.
Okay.
Still got to follow those guidelines. And so what he did, he started this program with teens that caused him to be in trouble with the Department of Labor because they were teens. I think they said they was working past 7, and and you're in high school, you can't work. You can only work a certain amount of hours.
Well, it's a lot of people break that rule.
Well, they do, but you wasn't paying them. You let them get food. Like,
I'd have been feeding everybody in my family.
No, you have to give me some money. I don't want no food. Give me my money. But
after I got finished, he would have been saying, "I'm gonna pay you."
I know, right? But
put me on a box of nuggets.
Right, you crazy. But you know what though? He said, well, they said that the job that the kids were doing was just in the parking lot directing traffic. So,
that's why I say, I don't know. I guess I would have to. I don't know. I have to look it up.
Now I can see. Well, first he probably should have had it supported by the corporation itself, but it's not a bad idea when you think about it. We got a lot of homeless people. They could be, I guess, directing traffic. Sometimes they hold the signs for businesses, and they, get paid per day. Well, if you want to have something like that, maybe do something to help the homeless community. Have them to do something for food. Just my thought.
I got you. I get it.
Yeah. But I love Chick-fil-A though. I really do. I
can tell you are a supporter of Chick-fil-A. Yeah. The service. That's what I always. The service. Listen, if even at Publix, I love Publix. I'd rather go to Publix, because I like to feel good about spending my money.
Right.
I like to feel good about spending my money.
Right.
But however, if I come across an employee that says, "Can I take your groceries out?" but your attitude, you didn't say, "Did you find everything well?" or "How you doing?" Mm-hmm. When when I know it's already scripted and
Mhm.
then it comes across scripted, if
Right.
it don't be scripted, then there needs to be something with employees to where it does not feel. George Hughley is shouting over the Cobb salad.
Oh, yes, sir. That's right. Yes.
Y'all need to both eat
Yes, George.
kale salad. Now I do
Yes.
like their kale salad.
You like the kale?
Yeah, the kale salad is good. I don't like Chick-fil-A like that. Me either, Chef Terry. We're gonna come up with our own
Terry.
nugget.
Chef Terry is a chef.
Yeah, he's a chef. Chef Terry.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah. But I feel like when it's scripted and it comes across, your attitude is messed up, but you saying something out of your mouth, throw it out the window.
that's right. That's right. Because they don't mean it. They just
Right.
saying.
They just saying it because they have to.
Mm.
And I have experienced that. I
Yeah.
have experienced that.
Yeah. You got to smile. Got to do it with a smile. The next topic that I had, have you heard about the holograms? You remember a few years back they was talking about the holograms, like they did one like with Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. The hologram, it's like where they bring them back to life in a virtual type
Okay.
thing, and they're singing. Well, they've got this new thing. It's called Metaverse, and they're having concerts. Well, in a virtual world. Well, they did one with Biggie Smalls, and I guess I'm late. What George say? He's a good chef. Oh, okay.
He's still talking about,
He's talking about food.
yeah, there's a little delay anyway.
Oh, okay. So they they did one with Biggie Smalls, and a lot of people were unhappy with it. They felt like it wasn't I guess like how I want to say it. I guess like it looked like him, but then again it was not him. Uh but I did read it was supported by his mom, but a lot of African Americans was tweeting that they didn't like the concert. The concert included some real life, rappers or singers or whatever. But I think Lil Nas X has done one. The Foo Fighters, you remember the Foo Fighters?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Lil Nas X, he got the bad publicity with the shoe and stuff. But anyway, yeah, so look that up, Bishop T. It's interesting.
Okay. I
It's
will.
concert and it's concerts in a virtual world. Like when the kids play Fortnite on the game.
Yeah.
They're doing that.
Yeah, and I don't know because I'll look. I did do what do you call it? I did do one with John Legend.
Okay.
And it on the Oculus, and it makes it seem like you're there in
Right.
the crowd or whatever. It was good. I think it was an old one or something. So I'll check it out just to kind of.
But how do you feel, and anybody that's watching, how do you feel when they do that with artists who are deceased?
Well, I don't really know because I don't know how they do it. Do they take an old show and make it
No,
where you can attend?
They do like like an avatar. They create this.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's just different. I don't really like. I don't want to see Whitney Houston in a. I don't want to. Me personally, I don't like it. So, like even with the holograms, you remember when they did that? I don't like. They did one with Tupac. I do not like stuff like that. No, these people are resting in peace. Don't do that. Don't try to recreate them. Like what you tell Pastor Z, you're doing too much now.
They're doing too much.
They doing too much with that. Leave that alone. That's just my take.
Yeah, I get it.
Young Thug, you know who that is?
I've seen Young Thug.
Young Thug with YSL. Well, he's going to trial for his real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. started this group, YSL. Um, it's it, they're saying it's connected to the Blood Gang, but pretty much he and his crew have it's like they're promoting gang activity, uh buying what she say, 3D, yeah, that's it, buying guns and just promoting violence, gang activity through his it's saying through the music and purchasing weapons and stuff like that. So he's on trial. I think he was arrested back in May. um so and my take on that is, I like rap music, I do. Um, but when you know that you have people who are watching you, I know you got family that you want to take care of. You have an opportunity to get away from that. Why continue on? Why continue on in that, in that lifestyle?
So let me ask this. When you say that and you look at the rap game, when you look at the number of rappers
Mhm.
who have lost their lives to violence,
Right.
what are you getting away from?
Right.
Are you getting away from something or coming away from something or really getting deeper into something?
Right, right. You're already in. I see what you're saying. You're already in that lifestyle. So now you got the money to continue on, I guess, buying guns, buying drugs or whatever. But I just wish we could do better. We got to do better. We got to do better. You know, Tory Lanez and Megan, Megan Thee Stallion, that situation.
Yeah.
Uh, it's just sad to me. So.
Yeah. Well, money, I have always said, brings out the real you.
You think so?
Yeah, I think money brings out who you really are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think money makes you. I think money brings out who you really are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, if I were to win that 900 and something million dollars for the Powerball, or the 200 and something million for Mega Million, or just a
Mm-hmm.
million,
Mm-hmm.
is money gonna change me, or does money really bring out who you really are? I feel like it doesn't change you. It just causes you to be who you really are. If you are a
Who you
giver,
want to be?
well, I think who I am
Mm-hmm.
is gonna really come out when I have money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think money is gonna make me something else,
Mm-hmm.
better or worse. I think that it brings out who you are. It just the real you, the you
Mm-hmm.
comes out, and when the real you comes out, that's who you've always been.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the way I feel.
Well, like sometimes when people do get money or whatever, and they say, well, and if they come from, poverty or the projects or whatever, they say, well, you can take them out the hood, but the hood's still in them, so that type of situation. I don't know. I just want us to do better as a race of people, like we and young people. um we got to do better. And I just, I oftentimes, what I do on, on my job is work with young people, and it's just like, okay, come on now. They are, I don't want to say so far gone, but um something has to change. Something has to change. So I just hate to see, and our young kids are looking up to these rappers. They looking up to them. They see the fast money. They see, the cars and the clothes, but they glorifying, to me, the wrong thing. So
Yeah. And I think that it goes back to too, because I think, I think children or young people who don't really have parental guidance, those are the children who
yeah,
fall victim to seeing that lifestyle, desiring that lifestyle, and entering into the negativity of that lifestyle.
Right.
When you've got parental guidance and your parents are really navigating and leading you in a certain path, still allowing you to be your authentic self, but monitoring that.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, I think that parental guidance, it goes back to the involvement of parents.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that everybody's hero is a certain rapper.
Right. Right.
Or a basketball, an athlete, or an entertainer. So, I think parents have a responsibility to really monitor is not the word that I want to use, I don't think, but I think parents have a responsibility to just monitor and to make sure that children, because your desire, your goals, your values are going to kind of dictate who your heroes are.
Right. Right. And you think now that you got everything on social media. You got these kids, these young kids, they have tablets that's connected to the internet. They learn, it's just so much more that they are exposed to than from what we were when we were younger. It's a lot. I have a granddaughter, she's 3. So she want to see your cell phone, know what YouTube is. And I'm like, well, hold on, but know how to navigate through a phone, through a tablet. So it's just a lot. Times have really changed. And you're right. We have got to monitor, parents have got to monitor that they don't babysit your child with a tablet. Don't let the tablet or the TV babysit your children. So that's the thing. So,
well, scripture fulfills itself. Generations get weaker, wiser.
That's right.
And wiser. So,
that's right. Right. And and you see it daily.
Yep. Is that all you have for us?
That's all I have. That's all.
Okay. Well, I want to mention one thing before we get ready to sign off. And this is crazy to me.
Uh-oh.
We already know all of the negativity, or should I say, we already know everything that has gone on as it relates to the palace. Prince Harry and
Prince right.
Now, as you know, with Meghan, you mentioned it, their series on Netflix. So Prince Harry is coming out with the new book, Spare. Now, this was crazy to me. It has been leaked that Prince Harry said Prince William attacked him after a conversation about his wife.
Yeah.
I mean, when I heard it, my first thought was, okay, they're brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, you got hit.
Right.
And the other one came back and apologized. I mean, William came back. He apologized. It was said that he apologized to Harry. But it amazes me that type of thing leaks out, and it leaks out as a major problem. They're brothers.
Right. But what did he say? Did it say what he said about Meghan? Because, Harry is saying it's racism. So what did he say?
What did William say? Well, William was the one that hit Harry.
Right. Right.
I
So
think Harry was defending his wife
right. So what did William say?
that made him hit his brother.
Yeah,
I don't think I don't think it's leaked what was said.
I'm just curious.
Well, to me, to whatever degree it was, I'm not even trying to talk about the wife.
Just
I'm talking about
brother.
brothers. And I wish Pastor Huff was on tonight. How many times he has 5 brothers? There's 6 of them.
Right.
And I know that it's not like, oh well, I know the palace, their royalty and all of that, but
You just trying to figure out what the big deal.
what? Not so much as they're brothers. Why is it such a issue?
Well,
Why is it such an issue that it's out and it's a bad thing that William hit Harry?
right. Well, you know, they're
That
on
they got into a scuffle.
right. Well, you know, if you watch the Netflix series, they talk about a lot of stuff and
I'm not talking. I'm not understand what I'm saying.
uh-huh,
Understand what I'm saying.
uh-huh.
I'm not trying to take away from the racial things that have gone on and been said in the palace. Do you have a sibling? You and I are only children.
I'm
I'm the only child on my mom's side.
okay. Yeah, I'm the only one on mama.
Yeah, okay.
I am the
See,
only.
I wonder if Pastor Huff was on here, it would be a big deal that he and one of his brothers got into it.
I get right. I get
I
what
thought.
right. I get what you're saying, but it's because it's them and because they come out with the Netflix stuff and going back and forth. I think that's why it's such a big deal.
Okay, so you think that people are really wondering what brothers fight each other from time to time, but when it comes to others messing with your brother, it's going down. I think that's my thing. I think that's my thing. We already listen. We know there's an issue with racism there.
Right.
Megan is not telling us, she's bringing it out. They're bringing it out because if you remember, just a few weeks ago, there was a woman who was there who was African American or British, and they were she was approached by one of the employers or somebody there in the palace and was asking, where are you from? Almost to the fact of, what are you doing here?
Right. Right.
Okay, so we know it's there. I'm not negating that. I'm not trying to say anything is that. What I am, they spoiled over there, so things like that probably don't happen often.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about all of that. I'm saying, where are we, whether in the world, that these are siblings, and the boy, he attacked his brother, and I would just think that this is a brother fight. We don't even know. We know he said something about his wife. I just thought, everything is breaking news nowadays, right? But I just thought that when I heard that, I was like, wow. It wasn't the fact that it happened for me. It was the fact that the commentator said this is a major problem.
Right. Right. It's not a major problem.
Well, it ain't a major problem for me, because it's just like with Will, Jada, and Chris Rock. Is it Chris Rock?
Yeah.
I was tired of talking about it after the second day, because it's not these people got their. I don't care what Will Smith does. Will Smith is setting his children, his grandchildren, his great grandchildren. He got generational wealth.
Right.
So, but I thought that was just kind of different for me. I was like, wow.
It's kind of different. Who it is. That's
I mess around and get famous, but not. Nobody hit me.
I know that's right. I don't have to be famous. Then I,
Well, I'll say this. I am my mother's only child. I am my father's oldest child. I have a brother and a sister. I
uh,
don't, and well, and then on my mama's side, my cousins were like my brothers and sisters.
right, yeah, yeah.
And I know we had our share of knockdowns. I can tell
Mhm.
you things they did to me and I did to them, and we fought, and I guess it's because we're not in the palace,
Right. You're not in the
you
palace.
know. But I don't think that
What did he say? What did the hand say to the
that- we, he may be feeling better.
he I think he is.
I think he's feeling better.
Well, I'm
But,
glad.
but yeah, but I don't think yeah, and I've never had an argument or anything with my brother and my sister. So I don't know. Maybe I tried. Jay, if you listen, Erica, if you listen, I'm gonna pop y'all or y'all pop me and we'll see what goes down. Yeah, it's the meds. All right.
It's
My
mid.
girl said
Oh,
it's the
okay.
meds. Well,
Okay.
my listen, it's been awesome. We can't act like it's been too awesome.
I know. He'll be hating. Remove me from the show.
Yeah, look. If you're not here next week, we'll know he got you.
I know.
And
I'm gonna
turn you from the show.
make sure. I'm gonna make sure I be here. I started another position, so I'm trying to work things out. You
Okay.
know, but yeah,
Well,
I should
hopefully it'll work out. Hopefully it'll work
be.
out that you can still come on and spill some
No,
tea.
I know it.
Spill some tea with us.
Yes, I
But
enjoy.
it's been awesome to have you tonight in this capacity.
Yes, well, thank you. It has.
It has been awesome. We've shared some good commentary, and it's
Mhm.
been awesome to have you here.
Thank you.
And
We
so
talk
we
about
hope,
sports.
yeah. Hey,
Sports.
maybe
Yeah.
we can do a spinoff
Hey,
and let the ladies have some commentary about
right.
sports.
That's right. Hey, what George say? We silly.
Silly.
Hush, George.
Yeah, but it's been great to have you on,
Thank
sharing with us tonight in the absence of Pastor Z.
you.
Really enjoyed you tonight, and we hope that everything works out, that you can continue to come
Thank
and
you.
spill the tea with us.
It will.
And listen, for those of you who are on, if you will, would you please put some hearts and some praying hands up for
Yeah,
Pastor Z,
yeah.
that the Lord will touch his body and that all will be well with him,
Mhm.
and that he'll feel better. He said it's the meds, so we know that the meds are working.
Right.
And so, yeah, y'all put some hearts up for Pastor tonight. Put some hearts up for him. We'll give you a minute to do that so that we can see those coming over the screen. Putting some hearts up for him. We do pray that he recovers quickly and feels better soon. Listen, thank you to everyone that's been on the show tonight. And listen, remember, Twin City Used Cars. Twin City Used Cars. They are stationed there in Fort Payne. The number is on the screen. You can get to them. Remember, they're used cars. They're there in Fort Payne. So always check them out, see what they have, see what's suitable for you. That is Twin City, 256-844-2210. Yes, thank you.
All
Feel
right.
better. The people are coming through for Pastor. Feel better, feel better, feel better,
Awesome.
feel better, feel better. Well, thank you all for being here with Real Talk tonight. It has been a blast to have you with us. It's been a blast to have you with us. Tom Tom, we weren't spilling tea tonight. We was just coming.
Well, we were just talking.
We
That's
were talking tonight.
I know it. I do have one thing I want to end with. Real close family friend passed away day before yesterday. I consider her an aunt, but her name is Wybon Easterlin. Just asking everybody to pray for the Easterlin family.
Easterlin family.
Yes.
Eastern family. Listen, our hearts and prayers go out to the
Thank
Eastern family
you.
during their time of bereavement, and as well to so
Yes.
many families that are experiencing bereavement. We know that also Lacey Robinson, who serves on the Civil Service Board, lost his brother, and I think those services are Saturday. So continued prayers to the Robinson family, the Easterling family, so many families who are experiencing bereavement now during this time. We pray that God will strengthen each of you and that he will give you his peace. And remember, even if you're on tonight and you've experienced bereavement, and to those that are experiencing bereavement, earth has no sorrow and pain that heaven hasn't already felt, and even so much more that heaven cannot heal. And so we know and we pray that God will heal the hurt, and that he will fill the void. And yes, thank you, George. Continued prayers for Damar Hamlin and for his family, for the teammates and all. Right. I say for football players at large, because when you see something like that, it has to affect you emotionally and mentally. So our hearts go out to them. Well, this is it. Thank you.
Okay.
For being with us tonight. Have a good night, Tum Tum. We'll see you next week. Pastor Huff, Pastor Z, feel better. To everybody that's been on tonight, thank you so much. Have an awesome evening. God bless you.
Okay. Bye-bye.